guys, happy Wednesday. We're in the middle of our beach week right now. I hope we're all having so much fun. I have something funny for you guys. What fish makes the best sandwich? Do you know? It's a peanut butter and jellyfish. So in honor of our beach week, today we will be making jellyfishes, and I'm gonna show you all the materials and how to do it right now. Let's go. Here are all of the materials that we need to make our paper jellyfish. So first off, we have our paper plate right here. This will make the head of the jellyfish. And then we have gift wrap right here. This tissue paper is going to make the legs, and if you don't have tissue paper, you can use construction paper, or you can use some of these. You can find this at the dollar store. Okay, next, this is optional as well. These are googly eyes. If we don't have googly eyes, that's okay. We can use markers to draw in the jellyfish face. Okay. We have scissors because we're going to do a lot of cutting, particularly with making the legs. Okay, and then over here we have a wide variety of paints. You only need one. I'm going to make a purple jellyfish right here. So this is what I'm going to be using. We have glue right here because we need to paste the legs onto the head. Okay, and then I have my paintbrushes here, just need one, and optional, I have newspaper that I'm going to lay out right here so that it doesn't mess up my table. Okay, and this is all the materials you should need. Let's get started. Okay, so now that I have my newspaper here, the first thing I want to do is I want to take my paper plate, because this will be the jellyfish. And the goal is to use only half of this paper plate. First, to make it easier, I'm going to fold my paper plate in half, just like that. Okay, and do this, fold the creases just like that. And then now when I open it, we see this line right here, and it's easier to cut. So now that we have the head, we're going to paint it. I went ahead and I got this jar of water because I'm going to be using watercolors. So this is optional. It just makes it a little easier for me. Yeah, and I'm going to be choosing, I said I wanted a purple jellyfish, so I'm going to use purple paint. And I'm going to get a paintbrush. Okay, so you can use a little one too. You could use a tiny one. The only thing about it is that it's going to take you more effort to color it in because it's smaller. So you're going to have to do this more than just, 1, 2, 3, 4, done. So that's why I chose this brush. But use whatever you have. Here's my purple paint. You can use any color you want. And just drip a little bit on my newspaper. I don't know if you guys can see my newspaper, but it's making me hungry because it's this big Pizza Hut pepperoni pizza. Now, this is really important. You can do either side of the plate for the face. However, I'm going to choose this side, and I will tell you why. Now, the way my paper plate is that there's like more of like a shiny coated side, and on the back, it's more dual. So this is going to glue better on the back when I want to put my legs on. I'm going to have to put glue here versus here where it can slide off. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's why I'm choosing this side to paint on. But you could do either. But I want to make sure it sticks on the side. So I'm going to take the front of the plate. Now I'm going to take my paintbrush. I'm going to dip it first into the water. Okay. I'm going to take some of this paint. Now I'm going to take the purple paint and just paint it. So now I'm going to let this dry because it is wet paint. It shouldn't take too long, but it depends on what kind of paint you have. I'm going to come back to this in a few minutes, but in the meantime, we can start working on the legs. So I'm going to grab my tissue paper. Okay, so I'm going to take one sheet of tissue paper. You don't need too much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it to the shape that I want my legs. So let's unravel it and we're going to start cutting. Now, it's okay if it's a little crooked, like the legs are a little crooked, like right here. That's okay because jellyfish's tentacles, they have curves on it. They're squiggly, so they don't have straight lines, so it just makes it look a little bit more real. The reason why we folded it is because we just want it to be roughly the same amount, the same width, so as wide. And you can cut skinnier ones too because the jellyfish tentacles they have thick and very thin and short ones too if you want yours to look a little bit more realistic. Seven. Alright, and if I need more, then I'll come back to this. So this took about 10 minutes to dry, so make sure this is completely dry. I'm going to go ahead and take one of the legs and I'm going to attach it to the back of this plate. Okay, just like this, and I'm going to do that with glue. Tape works just as well. I just happen to have glue with me right now, and I'm only going to do like a few inches at the top because if I put glue all the way over here, then I'm going to have glue everywhere, and it's going to get all over your clothes and anything the legs touch. I'm going to try to get it as close to the edge as possible. That way I can fit more legs. And I'm going to do it in a little pattern where it's going to go short, long, short, long, short, long. But you could just do the same thing if you want. I took about 7 of these. I made the right amount, just the right amount. This one you could probably do 6 to 7. Okay, let's see how that looks so far. Okay, let's let that dry for about a minute. Okay, so let me get my googly eyes. Let that sit for a minute. So now that my eyes are dry, I think I'm going to take this marker and I'm going to make a smiley face. So this is also optional. And remember, if you don't have the eyes, you can draw them in. I want mine to have a big smile. Ta-da! All done. That was super fun, right? Yeah, I thought so too. So now we have to name our jellyfish, right? What would you like to be named? What was that? Squidward? But you're not a squid. That's okay. This jellyfish wants to be named Squidward. What's your jellyfish name? Let us know in the comments below. So before we go, we have one more thing we would like to share. We have some fun facts about jellyfish. You guys ready? Okay. Fun fact number 1. Jellyfish are made up of mostly of water. So they're made up of 95% water. Can we guess the other 5%? The other 5% that they're made up of is proteins and muscles. So mostly they're water. Fun fact number 2, jellyfish aren't fish at all, believe it or not. That one stumped me. So fish have a backbone and they also have gills to breathe with. Jellyfish, they don't have a backbone and they don't have gills to breathe with, so they're not actually fish. And the last fun fact about jellyfish that I will share with you today is actually my favorite one, and that is by looking at jellyfish fossils, scientists think that jellyfish were here before dinosaurs. So that's something to think about. So those are all the fun facts I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and remember to just keep on swimming.